Pedro Solana in North Thailand. Today I'm going to introduce the structure concepts in the Sri Agastya double swords. The first thing that comes to importance is how you distribute your body weight towards the ground. Okay, your stance should be light enough, as the weapon is the swords weapons are very fast, and the double sword requires to have a very fast pace footwork. Okay, and to have a good footwork, obviously is required to have an understanding of the structural alignment of your body and shoulder, hips and feet towards the ground. Okay, so to practice our structure, I have 3 different exercises which can help you to develop this connection with the ground and improve or develop a good weight distribution when you're moving. The first exercise is related into rotating vertically. Okay, if I have the swords here, open just a little bit, shoulders apart, open the swords in front of the shoulders. Okay, we open the arms, and from here we just rotate in a cross position, rotating slowly as much as you can without losing the position of the sword. We must maintain the position of the sword, one in front of each other in the opposite side. This, what we'll do is turn your spine, and we will help you to develop a good flexibility. Also, the feet, very important. You will find a point in which when you turn, you cannot move anymore. But if you put the knee of the rear foot inside and you turn the foot more open, you will be able to turn completely. That is advisable if you have the ability to do. So this will be the first rotation. Good for shoulders, good for lower back. In the cutting side, we can put the swords forward. We can put the swords pointing backwards. Or we can put the swords one pointing forward and the other one backwards. Like we emulating a cut. One, and when we reach the end, we turn. And 2. 1 and 2. This is the first exercise that we must develop to have a good distribution of the body weight and a good structure. From here, this is the first cut, the horizontal cut. We can go a little bit higher. As you see, both cuts are going cut up. This is going up. We can go horizontal as we were doing in the first exercise, and also we can go down. As you see, very simple. We still middle, up, across, and down. This is the most used movement of the 3 and the easiest. It will be related to turning left and right. Okay, 1 rotation in 2 directions. The second rotation, it comes vertical rotation. Goes forward, or backwards. With the other arm, the same thing. I use separate first the rotation so you guys can develop the movement separately, and after you can put both swords. Start slowly. So I'm going forward, turning. You see, my arm is rotating. fully extended. Very good for the shoulder mobility. Yeah? And then I can also go backwards. Try to keep two lines, two imaginary lines, as the way that the sword flows in that direction. Okay? Once again, so it's forward, and also is backwards. Rise up and coming back. We can do it directly as we swim in, or also we can engage the wrist. When we cut, we turn in, and then as you see, the wrist will go back, and then like putting the handle of the sword forward. It doesn't matter, eventually you will figure it out. Forward or backwards. When I'm going backwards, I put the handle and the elbow in, like a cutting, and moving back. Rotating, reaching the top, and when I'm reaching the top, the momentum carries the sword, cuts down. Into the other sword, the same thing. Upper. I close my legs so it's more easy to the sword flow. And then we going forward. Same. Cut and cut. When I open my legs, it's a little bit more difficult, but possible. You need to be careful. Make sure you don't hit your sword, your leg with the sword. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you put with the other sword, forward, downwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going backwards, cut up, turning. 1, this will open your shoulder. And with the other sword, when you have the clear understanding of going forward and backwards and turning the wrist on the top forward and on the bottom turning backwards, then you hopefully can try to do it at the same time with one sword first, alternating. This is forward, I come down, this is forward, I drop down and forward and down and forward and down. When I reach down, the other sword reach up. Make it as an exercise to, like I said, to develop the shoulder movement. Only when you can do one and then after the other, you can try to see if you can catch the flow. You can open the legs a little bit more. You can catch the flow. Eventually, the swords, when you cut in front, the other sword will cut in the rear. It's like I have two opponents. This will open a very good elasticity and coordination with both swords, one forward and one backwards. Very good. Try to keep the neck straight and try to keep always to use the hips to improve the range of the sword. When I'm going forward, I put my right hip forward and my left sword is going backwards. My left hip is closer to the target, and then I change. We try to keep the momentum of one sword up and one sword down. So I come here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so this is only one direction forward. Now we're going to build the direction backwards. I was doing a single sword, close my feet. Moving back, reach, and then I start with the other one. Very simple, very gentle. Concentrating the position of the shoulders. then I coming down and bringing the other one up, down and bringing the other one up. Huh? Simple. 1, 2, 1 and 2. Eventually the swords will slowly to flow. We are like a swimming backwards. That's the whole purpose. Moving the shoulder back, moving the shoulder forward. That's the whole point of the exercise. Developing a good mobility in the shoulders and gaining more range of mobility. So once again, I'm going backwards. 1, 2. You see, I'm swimming, like a swimming, simple. And then we are going to put the handle just a little bit cutting. Eventually, the swords will be equal. When I cut it there up, the other one is down. Then I switch. 1, 2. The movement is a little bit difficult because the limitations of the body. Going forward is very easy. Going backward is more difficult, but eventually we will gain the mobility. This is not for fighting. This is just to develop good elasticity in the shoulder and good connection with the hips. Hopefully you will do it first alone. After you open the leg with the hips. And after you, hopefully you alternating. Okay? So this is the second rotation to build the structure. The first one I said, it was left, right, downward, upper, or on the same line. I'm going left to right. Different ways to develop. This way, even this way, coming down. This doesn't matter. It's just rotation from side to side. The second one is going forward, first with a single sword, forward or backwards, and then with the other sword, and then alternating one at a time, opening the legs. Try to extend the arm as much as you can, so you can develop a good structure, good stretching. That's, at the end, is what we're looking for. Second movement, vertical, forward or backwards. First movement, horizontal, left or right. Single sword or alternating. Third and last movement to develop a good balance in our structure. The third movement, third rotation is sagittal, separating the front and my back. It means we're going to start with one sword. We have two movements. We're going to go in, this is the movement going forward, backwards. As you see it, very good for also for the shoulder, for the coordination. Keep the other sword close to the leg so you don't hit each other. Extend as much as you can. Develop a good extension in the side of the back. Good structure, good rotation on the knees, on the ankles. Everything is just moving really, really good. So this is the forward. As you see, I'm cutting there and I'm going forward. Then when I'm going forward, I drop the sword from here, and then when I'm dropping the sword, I turn, and then I will start with the other one. Down, turn, spans the sword, reach, change, and then handle. Extend the arm as much as you can. Then when you're coming down, rise the other one, and again. 1. For alternating sides. 3, 4. I'm going sideways. Remember, I'm going here. This is my center line, so I'm going like a fan. Turning forward. Then changing. When I'm coming down, the other sword comes forward as well. Forward, cut back. Forward, cut back. Forward, cut back. Forward, forward, cut back. Forward, cut back, and then I change. Forward, rise, forward, cut back. Forward, cut back. Eventually you should be able to move in one side and into the other. There is a small movement that is difficult to get. When you move in and the sword is going to change, the sword can go into the back. Like this. If you make it very short, it will look like this, pretty much. Like a two fence cutting through, like a very, very fast. Just move and whatever you do, it doesn't matter. It's just, but in a way to learn, you need to go slowly. 1, 2. You see how this sword is coming back in the turning. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, sideways, using the hips, 2, and alternating. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is going forward. Now we are going to go backwards. Forward is this way. If we are just making a single rotation without sword, it will be like this. So now we're going the other way around. So when we are going to go around, I turn the hips forward and I match the sword. I separate a little bit the sword. And when I arrive on the top, you see good extension in the lower back. I just turn and cut in the center. And when I'm going to reach the center in the other side, I turn again. So the whole movement is like this, but I'm putting the hips, I'm putting the hips, I'm adding the hips, I'm adding the hips, and now I'm adding the blade. I'm adding the blade. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then when I drop, rather than coming in front, I drop in the back and I change to the other one. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You see, I put in the hips, cut forward, turn in the air, drop. Then I change my hips, cutting up, cutting down, cutting up, cutting down, cutting up, extension, down. When I'm going to drop and change it with the other, rather than going in front, it will go in my back, and I rise the other one. And I will start. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so third rotation is sagittal. One side, the other side. We put in the hips, outside, inside, outside, inside. You see, you turn in the hips, one side to the other. I was following the sword, or the other direction. Doesn't matter. It's just you gotta follow the cut one way, turning in the other. Cut one way and the other. Or back, cutting outside and cutting inside. Cutting outside, cutting inside. At the end, only 2 movements. This is anti-clockwise with my right, and this is clockwise. Simple. With the left is the same. This is clockwise with circle of the wrist, or a plane without circle of the wrist. 1 or 2 with circle of the wrist, or simply straight. Okay, wrist. When you want to change, you cutting up. You want to change, when you're coming down, you don't bring the sword front, you bring the sword back, so clean the space for the other one. 1, 2, 1, 2. Simple as this. Remember, extend the arm as much as you can. Relax, 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 relax. Use very simple turning. Relax, turn, and then when I'm coming down, the other one drop, and then here we go. Change the hips. Don't forget to change the hips. Drop and again. Drop and again. Very good for the core. For the core, when you're cutting, you will have a very good understanding of cutting of the swords. You will not be sloppy with the arm. Your feet and your core will be there for you. As you're holding a heavier sword, I have some heavy swords here, real swords, and sharp as well. This is a real sword. It's not a cheap training sword. This is a real sword made with. So when you are working with it, you have a very good workout. Down, first rotation down, first rotation up, first rotation across. Then forward, second rotation, or upper. Cutting, 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 cutting. And third rotation, cutting, or the other one. It's an amazing footwork, an amazing rotation with the sword. It gives you a lot of power in the arm and into the core. When you can manage the both the three rotations, you can come and cut. Rather like making a circle with one arm, making a circle with the other, and then making a circle together. Be careful with this. If you are having sharp objects, you can get cut. So left on top, right on top. Here will be no rotation because I'm using both swords at the same time. But if I make only one sword, then yes, there is rotation. Simple. 1 and 2 together, up. And then in the downward, it will be very or together. No rotation. If we make it together, left in front, right on front. See, this is single, single, and together. Cutting, turning, and flipping. One sword at a time, left and right. So these three rotations hopefully will be able to give you the way how your structure works with a very good footwork that we are going to teach next week. Hopefully we will be able to put rotations into movement, as first we are developing connection with the earth and with the core, how to rotate the core, shoulder, hips, all together. There are times in the further training that you separate the structure. For an instance, now I'm cutting with the shoulder, stepping, if steps. But in the further training, you need to disengage. You sometimes make the opposite feet, shoulder with the opposite leg, with the opposite hips. As you see, I cut with the right, I step with the left. 1, 2. Or I step with the right across, or there are many different variations, but as a basics, I really believe that the good way to begin improving your health with the weapons is developing the connection with the earth and rotating all together. Make sure the head is not forward or backwards, the shoulders are over the hips are over the feet, and you're moving slowly and harmoniously. First rotation, down, down, up, up. Second rotation, forward or upper. And third rotation, moving or the other way. This gives you a good understanding of the movements that we want to achieve. I hope you enjoy the class. Very simple, I know there is a lot of material. Hopefully you work over the week on the swords. Next week I'm going to Bangkok. We're fighting in a final of Muay Thai in Lumpini. You can see it in YouTube for the belt, World Championship belt in Lumpini, in Super Champ. So I will not be making direct inline the video, but I will record it and I will post it at the same time. Have a great Saturday, everyone. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Jai Iskandar.